girl, that's a bad one.
Okay.
So during Hatti, you know, a little before the storm started, when my sister had a house,
Okay.
so we went to shelter there. A lot
Okay.
of people were there.
And this was in Hopkins?
This was in Hopkins.
Okay.
So during the course of the, you know, storm, it gets stronger from like maybe 50, it goes on and on until like about 75 or a little over. So the house started kind of rocking. So my mother hold my hands and another lady hold on. We had to hold each other because the storm was getting real bad. So we went outside and stand outside. But a month before the storm, we were learning in school about tidal waves and the weather and what the effect of tidal wave. So while we were standing there, but it was so dark, like the skies was in your face,
wow.
The wind was blowing real hard, and while we were standing there was like a flash, like lightning like, and I see this mountain, black, 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 in, you know, my eyes were still good, then I can see it, and I start hollering, tidal wave, tidal wave.
Oh, okay.
So I hold on to my mom. In a minute, it reached the shore and flashed. And when it hit, the water was here.
Wow.
Yeah, and we hold on the post, and everybody was screaming, screaming. I was crying, I was hollering, and I hold on to my mother.
Okay.
So finally, there was a boat that someone had tied on one of the mango trees, and the mango trees has kind of fell, and the boat drifted towards us, and we tried to hold the boat, and finally we did hold the boat, and everybody who can get in the boat, we got in that boat, and water was coming in, and I was bailing. I was trying to bail the water. Everybody was trying to do their best, and finally we get a chance to go all the way to the back, the wave took us all the way to a back towards this house, and everybody was whole since the water, you know, was all the way up on the house. So we were able to hold on everybody hold on that house so that the boat kind of stays still.
Wow.
But the wind was still blowing even in your face, and finally you couldn't see anything. Even the person next to you, you couldn't see, but people were trying to bail out the water out of the boat, and we stayed there for hours.
No, thank you. No, thank you there.
No, thanks. So we stayed there until it finally stopped. And when it was over, there was a calm. And almost all the houses were gone.
Wow.
Almost all the houses was gone, except this thatch house that we were holding on. You know, since it was full with water, it didn't really crumble down. But then we came back to where we were earlier, but the house had went down. So we stayed there. We stayed there. Now our house, since our house was on the to the front, our house is gone. We couldn't even go there because there's water there. So I had a skirt and a jacket and a brassiere, and my blouse had tore. And I take my blouse and I try to pin it up together and tie it so I could cover my breast, you know. Then we stayed out there. Well, now what are we going to eat? No food, everything is gone. We stayed, there was a little grass in front of my sister's house that didn't have water, so who can sit on it? We went and we sit there. In fact, and somebody take a piece of board and lay it there, put it there, and who want to lay there, we take turns.
Wow.
Laying down if we want to sleep in the night time.
About how many people?
Maybe about 50 people.
Did some people die?
Two people died.
Wow.
2 people died, but we were able to kind of clean the house, inside of the house, certain part. Some people sleep there and some people sleep outside on that board that they had there, and we stayed there, no food.
Wow.
And the next day people were crying. About the 3rd day, you know, then And let me tell you this.
Uh-huh.
Before this hurricane, when they said the hurricane was coming, I had cooked some sweet rice.
Okay,
In
bimekakule.
bimekakule. And I had this bimekakule in a corner there. So I think about that bimekakule. So I say, I have some bimekakule here. So I went and I find this bimekakule in the corner. So we share it. But the second day there was nothing to eat. There was nothing to eat and nobody. So we were looking for plane to come to rescue us.
Yeah.
No plane. Then like the third or the fourth day, there comes the helicopter. So it circled. So most of the men, they went towards the school to clear a spot where the helicopter can land. And it did land and it bring like canned food, So people went, like the counselors, they went to get food and they issue it out.
Okay.
But we couldn't change up. We didn't have no clothes.
Wow.
So finally they, find clear areas for them to start bringing clothes for the people, sheets, blanket, then they distribute it. And that's how we survived.
Wow.
After Hatti.
Okay, tell me about the song that your mom composed.
Okay.
When did she compose it?
You remember when I told you when I saw the tidal wave?
Uh-huh.
I hollered. I hollered, Mama, tidal wave. Then I hold on to her real tight because it can take us away too.
Yes.
So I hold on to her. There when she say, Waba, Bomalalisile.
Louder.
Yeah.
Louder. Sing it. Sing the whole thing.
Waba, Bomalalisile. Alanarmeda. Waba, Bomalalisile. Giyu giyu hayadu waya agumwaba balati ewa babu malalinyal ewa babu malalisile giyu giyu hayadu waya agumwaba balati.
Okay, what's your mom's name?
Perfecta Ramirez, but everybody call her Mas.
Okay, but I've heard the name Perfecta.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfecta Ramirez, but everybody call her Mas.
Okay. Beautiful song.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mother composed a lot of songs,
Okay. And what's your name again?
Well, everybody, my sisters, my mom called me Bill.
Okay.
But my real name is Sylvera Ramirez.
Okay. All right. Thank you.